I'll just confirm with Harini whether the live has been done or not. Shall we start? Shubham
Sure,
Gauri
sir.
and
Sure,
Bharti?
sure.
Yeah. So good evening, one and all present here. So today's webinar is on commodity webinar. So jointly organized by Taking Forward and Trade Plus. Before entering into the video, I'll be just briefly tell about the Trade Plus online. Trade Plus Trade Plus Online is a online brand of Navia market, which has an experience of more than 25 years in the stock market industry. So in Trade Plus, you can open free Demat come trading account within 5 minutes. So we came up with a different type of platforms. So we have, as of now, we have two platforms, Rocket and Rocket Plus. The upcoming platform is Rocket Plus. So we have we are supporting customers to invest directly in IPOs, mutual funds, and other investments like global investment. In case you want to invest in Netflix or other foreign US stocks, you can do it from Trade Plus. In case of any doubts or queries, you can directly drop us a mail to support@tradeplusonline.com or else call us on 044 49 42 75 76. Over to Bharati.
Thank you so much, Mohinder sir. And a very warm good evening to all the wonderful people present here. I am Bharti, and we welcome you to the live workshop jointly organized by Taking Forward and Trade Plus. Just a little brief about Taking Forward. It's a stock market training institute where we deliver course content via online medium similar to offline trainings. There are no recorded contents and everything is taught live via webinars. We understand that every trader faces various problems. Therefore, along with the live sessions, we provide mentoring and trading support to all our students. We emphasize on making you understand the market by minimizing your risk and learning through practical approach, that too on live charts. Now, again, I welcome all the participants and market enthusiasts who have joined us for the webinar. With an objective to simplify commodity trading, we have our subject expert, Mr. Shubham Karodi. He is the host and has more than 8 years of experience in training and trading. This is a highly interactive session, so it can be exceeded more than an hour, depending upon the topic completion. Participants may post their queries in the chat box, and we will try to answer each of your queries. Now, sir will be conducting the sessions on commodity trading. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Bharti ma'am, and welcome everyone for today's webinar. So today's webinar, we're going to discuss about commodities trading, a little bit about introduction of how the fundamental works for commodity. And then I'm going to tell you about how the trading system works and importance of technical analysis in commodities trading. So what is commodity market? Why we need to trade? Why we need to start trading? Why we need to look at it commodities as a new, asset class for trading? And what are the pros and cons in trading in commodities? So commodities basically divided in four broad categories. One is metal, energy, livestock, meat, and agriculture. So I'm talking about global commodity market, not limited towards only Indian market. The global commodity market. So basically, on and all, as you can see from the categories, that all goods and goods basically we are using for essential good, we are using for our daily life. Basically, it comes under commodity segments. Okay. So for new investors, commodity, it is a very important, kind of a pathway for diversifying their portfolio and looking for the better opportunity in terms of global investments. And as pros and cons, you can see that compared to the traditional investment cycle like equities and bond market, compared to that, commodity is little extra volatile and little bit risky as well, because the fundamentals for commodity, it's very widely affecting, there are lots of factors affecting commodities market. So predicting that and doing exact analysis would be little difficult, but altogether commodities market very much follow the trend, and it is easier to make a trading system altogether. If you follow your risk management, I think it will give you a very good return altogether in the long run. So there are certain ways you can trade commodities through, like futures contract. Especially in India, we majorly have futures available for commodities to trade with. And recently, MCX and NCDX, they have launched some for some commodities options, so you can look into that as well. So the famous one is, I think, crude oil. Crude oil you can trade through options. The volume and everything is just about to increase, and it is having a good volatility altogether as well. The upcoming segment, and especially in global market, ETF is also there, exchange traded fund. Through that you can trade in commodities market. So major characteristic of commodities, the basic principle of supply demand, which drives the commodities market. Okay. So for example, right now the crude is in high demand. Everybody's talking about crude. So crude's supply and demand, how it works, I'll give you example. So Russia is one of the major producing crude oil producing country, and right now it is involved in geopolitical tension, geopolitical conflict. So the overall supply, for the crude oil, it is getting disrupted because of the sanctions and other things. So the current users of Russian oils, basically they are looking for new avenues altogether. So altogether demand, the regular demand, because it disrupted, actually that has gone up, and the prices of crude oil disrupted, and that's how it has gone up as well. So this is a basic analysis and basic lookout for the supply and demand for the commodities market. So that's how you can basically look at it, and this is the major characteristics which going to give you a better idea for how to trade in commodities market. So global economic development and technological advances can also impact the prices here in commodities, which you need to look for always. What are the trading opportunities available for a new trader when you're looking for the commodities market? So commodities market, the very very first thing comes into mind is speculation. Lots of people come here for whatever their view is, they want to speculate on that. Let's say, for example, trader A wants to speculate on the gold due to his analysis that it is going to go from $100 from this point. Let's say 1900 it is going on currently, for example, and he is expecting it will reach $2000 price. So he will buy a contract, a future contract, or options, or whatever the category available for him. He will just having a one thought or the one view which is telling him to go directional in the market, and then he will buy. So this is a pure speculation. You are opening up a long or short position and you're just holding it. Okay. Second category for the investors is you can invest in or you can diversify your portfolio. So let's say, for example, if you are not aware, let me tell you this. The gold is one of the best hedge against the inflation and the uncertainty in the market. And this is not just right. This is been for a while. Whenever there is a uncertainty in the market, the gold's prices always jump off from there. So if you are an investor who's holding a different asset classes in your portfolio, you can include gold ETFs as your hedge for the inflation, and that will work really fine. It will give you diversity and better returns in this kind of uncertain environment. Okay. The third and very important category is arbitrage. It is little bit advanced, not available for all retail traders because it involves a different kind of a setup technology. So arbitrage is the third category, where you can basically trade in between spot and futures, whatever the difference, you can buy or sell, and you can trade the anomaly available for the market, which is a difference of the price of the same asset class in either different exchanges or maybe in same exchanges but in different form. So this is a bit advanced category. We can't trade on the regular basis because the difference is going to be there for a few seconds, and we can't trade that fast. So we need a proper technical setup which can allow us to trade really fast in different exchanges. So yeah, but pure trading, which is speculation and investment opportunities available for the trader, and we should look for that when you are entering good. So let me tell you this. whenever I teach commodity courses, lots of people come and ask that I've lost a certain amount in commodities trading. So I always ask them why, or what was your view for that commodity. So they said, I don't have any view. I found it is a good volatile commodity and it is going up, so I just simply bought it as per the move. So I always recommend people, first form your view. Don't just simply speculate. At least form your view in the sense, like if you read news, then try to analyze through fundamental factors, then how it is going to go. If you're not aware of that, at least follow technicals, that what are the important levels, if it is breaking any important support or resistance, or whether it is trading in a range bound market where it is facing important support or resistance which can be very reactive, then you need to act according to the market structure, not as per what you think. You need to react on what market is behaving like. Okay, so that's why I want to give you some pointers on speculation and trading. Yeah, so when you do proper trading, it is very it includes discipline, means you need to form view, plus you need to form your rules, that when you going to enter into trade, what is your risk management, and when you need to come out. So everything is basically rule based, but speculation is not about it. You will feel comfortable taking a trade, you will do it, and when you feel like you have enough profit, you will come out of a trade. And stop loss, you will never think of a stop loss, because you think market can always turn around. So that's why speculation is a not very good way of regular trading. Speculation can give you a profit one or two times, but it is not profitable in long run. So speculation does not have any intent of delivering, means you can't basically, you are having a short term view and you want to trade on that. But in through trading, basically you can do systematic trading, or maybe you can take position if you are a institutional investor, or maybe a big trader who wants to keep a position of physical asset, and then later on you want to take it out when you have enough profit on that. Third point is trading basically estimates your outcome, that how many points you want to go for, or maybe you have a fixed range where you trade particular commodity, or even market is giving you, it is in very much in the momentum. Then what is the approach, how you going to approach the market in that volatile condition. So it is basically outcome basis. You have outcomes for different scenarios, but speculation, it is totally guesswork. If market goes as per your view, you will just book your profit. Otherwise, you will come out with the losses. Trading is all about managing your risk. Always remember, don't call yourself trader unless you are managing your risk properly. Otherwise, you're just a speculator in the market. Okay, so a speculator is very close to a gambler, but we are talking about trading, proper trading, which involves a trading system. And in commodities, because it is compared to the traditional asset classes like equity and bond market, it is little extra volatile and little riskier as well, because it is very much affecting by the global factors, which is changing very rapidly. So we need to keep that in mind, and always manage our risk through SL. Always put your SL. Do not take risk more than 1% on the capital. It is advisable. And if you want to start slowly, start with the mini lots available to trade with. And I think minis are available in gold, and micros available in silver. So the less margin required to trade with over there, and definitely it will give you better idea how to start. So yeah, these things basically distinguish trading and speculation. You have rule-based system, and you have basically guessing work involves. So that's how we need to go for. So yeah, and next thing is how we need to approach investing in commodity. So always you need to know your risk capacity, that what you are trading in. Let's say you have 50,000 rupees and you're starting in commodities trading. You should always start with very minimal lot sizes. You should not go with the mega lot size. You should start with the micro ones, and fix your SL of let's say 1% of your capital. If that basically it is not supporting your view, or maybe you're wrong in predicting the market, basically you should come out once your stop loss is hit. Okay, you should have your emotion under control. Sometimes I have seen this in commodities market, people get very excited when the market is going as per their view, and they know they put more money, or they will try to buy more lot size in that situation. And suddenly when market turns around and it is started to give them losses, basically they started panicking over there. So you should, curb your excitement for the initial move. Always follow the trend. Without knowing the trend, it is very difficult to make money in commodities market. And always understand the seasonality of each product. Let's say you are trading in crude oil, so always follow the important fundamental factors like crude oil inventory, OPEC's meeting, what is happening in OPEC plus nations. If any nation is involved in any kind of a conflict or any attack happen on some particular country, then it will basically, OPEC plus country, definitely it will affect the prices, because the overall supply will get disrupted in that sense, and the demand will be the same and supply will be the lesser. Then definitely prices will go up. Opposite will happen when inventory will be higher and your demand will be same. So basically you have more crude oil to speculate spread around, and you have limited demand for that, so the prices will go down, or maybe in the consolidation phase it will go for a while. So always keep this important factor in your mind before you go for the trading. Okay, now then what is the logical approach here to trade with commodity? So as we know that technical analysis and fundamental analysis is an important part of any kind of a trading. Even you start with equity, cash market, you do your options trading, you need to know about technicals. It's very important. But when we compare commodity with the traditional asset class, fundamental analysis is very much important here. It is 65% fundamental analysis which drives the market here. Technical analysis is just that trend following an important support and resistance level. It is not like the equity that index trading, where you follow a nifty, bank nifty, and you trade through options on futures. Here it is all about what global macroeconomic data is suggesting you and how the economies is changing altogether. Developed nation like European nations and US, the policies over there, it will affect the commodity prices on the immediate basis, especially US dollar. If US dollar is basically going up and up, so it makes the commodities much expensive for the buyers to buy, so they will try to book their profits in that sense. And when commodity prices will come down in that sense, and then they will be more attractive for them to buy. So this is one of the example how the fundamental works. So technical analysis, basically it's a your trading discipline employed to evaluate investment and identify trading opportunities, price trend through maybe price patterns or your price action over there. Okay, fundamental analysis is basically method of measuring your intrinsic value by examining related economic and financial factors. So like I have said to you that if commodity is undervalued or overvalued, we going to take that intrinsic value out of the currency market, or maybe with the economic development. Maybe the inflation is really high and the commodity prices basically it's going on the same level. It is not, it is definitely going to change from there, because in inflation, especially when we talk about gold, definitely the prices will be shifting. The buyers will shift to gold and the prices will go up. I will give you the example when I'll go to the chart. I'll try to show it over there. So now we'll talk about the basics of technical analysis. The important one is trend analysis. We will check the trend analysis for gold when I'll go to the chart. Support, resistance, your candlestick patterns, and making a whole trading system. Okay, why we need to make a trading system? Because we want to trade a rule-based entry. We want to take rule-based entry. Okay. What I'm telling you, you don't, Mr. Narayan, you need to be specific what you want me to. Okay, Mr. Narayan, I think I'm not. I think you can is be specific what you want me to say. I can repeat it. Okay. Yeah, if anybody has any questions, you can please tell me. Okay. Yeah, so fundamental factors. Sorry. So use basic, technical analysis, trend analysis, support and resistance, and candlestick patterns. Following your trading system, it is very important. It is very Yeah, Mr. Narayan, I'll try to give you pointers in Hindi. Okay, so let me just finish this basic topic, then I'll come on the chart. I'll try to explain in Hindi as well. Okay, just have some patience. So fundamental analysis, basically geopolitical scenario and news are very important factors we need to basically go for. आपको कभी geopolitical tensions और geopolitical scenario के बारे में मालूम है तो आप इजीली उस चीज को कहीं ना कहीं अपने एनालिसिस में इंक्लूड कर सकते हैं और उसके थ्रू आप अपना ट्रेड का व्यू बना सकते हैं. ओके, सो इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू हैव योर news. You need to check it on the regular basis that what scenario is important and importantly building on कौन सा सिनेरियो जियोपॉलिटिकली आपके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है, आपको ये देखना जरूरी है. ओके, यूएस डॉलर की जो पोजीशन है उसे देखना बहुत जरूरी है. यूएस डॉलर के इंक्रीज सडन डिक्रीज से आपके कमोडिटी के प्राइसेस बहुत ज्यादा अफेक्ट होंगे. ओके, so US dollar prices, you need to check it whether it is how much it is increasing and why it is increasing. The reason is also important. Okay, we'll try to see one of the scenario when we go on to chart. Okay, demand and supply. सो ओवरऑल डिमांड सप्लाई को हम कैसे देखते हैं, जैसे मैंने आप लोगों को क्रूड में बताया कि आपको उसकी इन्वेंट्री रिपोर्ट में ये देखना है कि कितना परसेंटेज उसका इन्वेंट्री का बढ़ा है या कम हुआ है. उसी से आपको मालूम पड़ेगा कि जो सप्लाई है ऑल टुगेदर वो कभी ज्यादा हुई है तो डिमांड कभी सेम है तो आपके प्राइसेस कहीं ना कहीं कंसोलिडेशन फेज में जा सकते हैं. देखिए, फंडामेंटल फैक्टर्स आपको इतना ज्यादा इफेक्टिवली इंट्राडे में जरूर अफेक्ट नहीं करेंगे बट ओवरऑल आपके एनालिसिस के लिए बहुत काम के. ओके, सो वीकली डेटा आपको रेगुलर बेसिस पे आता रहेगा. ओके, वीकली डेटा में आपको सारे मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक फैक्टर्स चेक करने कि कहाँ पर आपको कौन सी इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें आ रही है. मैं आपको कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट इवेंट्स के नाम दूंगा, आपको चेक करने पड़ेंगे. वो आप रेगुलरली चेक करेंगे तो कहीं ना कहीं आपको आइडिया रहेगा कि क्या चीज कैसे डेवलप हो रही है. So weekly data, we need to check a few of the important parameters, that how it is growing and how the economy is growing all together. And on the basis of that, we can make our assumption for the asset class, that how much it is going to go. Geopolitical tension scenario and news, US dollar, demand, supply and weekly data. It is just the example of fundamental analysis. ये एक example है ये चारों कैटेगरी की आपको कैसे स्टार्ट करना है. ओके, देयर आर एन नंबर ऑफ फैक्टर्स. इसके अलावा भी काफी सारे फैक्टर्स हैं जो फंडामेंटल एनालिसिस में आते हैं. अब जो मैं इंपॉर्टेंट पैरामीटर्स की बात कर रहा हूँ कि कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर्स, फॉरेक्स फैक्टर्स जो हैं वो आपको देखने हैं. तो फर्स्ट थिंग इज कंज्यूमर प्राइस इंडेक्स. द सीपीआई रिप्रेजेंट योर इन्फ्लेशन, दैट हाउ मन पर्टिकुलर प्राइस लेवल पे कितना आपका इन्फ्लेशन बढ़ा है. Non-farm payroll is this is all basically data from majorly from European countries and US. We're going to follow. ये सारा डेटा जो है US एंड यूरोपियन कंट्री का आता है जिसको हमको एनालाइज करना है. क्योंकि आप कभी देखेंगे तो जो मेजर करेंसी है, ग्लोबल करेंसी, वो है यूएस डॉलर. आज भी आपकी जो मेजर डीलिंग्स होती हैं वो उसी में होती हैं, यूएस डॉलर में. तो उसके प्राइस को अफेक्ट करेगा कोई भी फैक्टर, तो हमें उस पर जरूर ध्यान देना. Okay, so as we know that the global currency is US dollar, so whatever factor is going to affect it directly or indirectly, we're going to check it and we're going to analyze it, that what is going to be the immediate effect. Okay, so consumer price index आपको inflation के बारे में बताया. It is going to tell you about the inflation. Non-farm payroll, it is going to tell you about that the payroll में कितने आपको इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज हुआ है ऑन टर्म्स ऑफ कितने लोग. ये आपको एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी के बारे में बताता है, कितने लोग एम्प्लॉय होने हैं. जितना एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी बढ़ेगी वो एक कंट्री के लिए ठीक है, यूएस के लिए ठीक है, यूएस डॉलर के लिए ठीक है. तो दिस इज द बेसिक एनालिसिस, दैट इफ नॉन फॉर्म पेरोल इंक्रीजिंग with a significant amount, is good for the US dollar. CCI index, consumer confidence index, shows that people are buying and regularly they are putting their money for the economy. Okay, आप इकोनॉमी में उनका पैसा वापस जा रहा है. एंड इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि वो कंज्यूमर प्राइस, जो कंज्यूमर कॉन्फिडेंस इंडेक्स है, वो कहीं ना कहीं इंक्रीज हो. इंडस्ट्रियल प्रोडक्शन इंडेक्स जो है ये भी बढ़ना चाहिए. प्रोडक्शन ज्यादा हो रहा है समवेयर, इट इज गुड साइन. प्रोडक्शन नीड्स टू इंक्रीज फॉर द कंट्री. because more we manufacture, more it will be growth for the economy. जितना ज्यादा प्रोडक्शन होगा उतना हमें ज्यादा कंट्री की ग्रोथ के बारे में मालूम पड़ेगा, और ये मालूम पड़ेगा कितना मैन्युफैक्चरिंग बड़ा है ऑल टुगेदर. ओके, सो आप initially, initial jobless claims. This is another very important parameter, that jobless claims कितना है, कभी ये बढ़ रहा है तो कहीं ना कहीं आपको इसमें थोड़ा सा बी कॉशियस कि ये एक पैरामीटर है जहां पर बहुत ज्यादा लोग अनप्लॉयड हैं, और कभी ये कम हो रहा है तो दैट इज गुड. ओके, ऑल टुगेदर. So these are the important forex factor you need to check it. Okay, and guys, please put your relevant questions all together. I'm just going to take all the relevant questions. You're going to put it for the commodity. And thanks for giving a good comment, Mr. Arfan. I hope you're getting all the relevant information. Yeah, Mr. Shankar Narayan, somebody's asking, questions in Hindi. That's why I've changed my language. But you can ask me if you did not understand anything. Trying to be, speaking in English most of the time. Okay. So now the thing is how to mix it all. Okay, how to mix it all these events, and how to basically form our view for all together for the geopolitical tension and geopolitical scenarios. So regularly watch news. Okay, uh, analyze your geopolitical news and events, that let's say there is a conflict of tariff war, which recently happened 2 years back in between US and China, and it impacted the price of commodity altogether. Let's say due to pandemic there was a price disruption, or there's a supply disruption suddenly arises due to transportation stopped, and for a while everything is stopped in the world. So the commodity prices jumped off from there. This is how you need to do your analysis. You need to basically see the global impact. Okay, and analyze the weekly data from investing. You can do it. I will show it to you after that. Check the long term and short term trend for the commodities that we're going to see as well. So very important, you need to check the trend. For intraday use, you need to use the important support and resistance level, and try to find the breakout entry. आपको इंट्राडे में सपोर्ट एंड रेजिस्टेंस देख के ब्रेकआउट एंट्री ढूंढनी है. Okay, you need to that will basically give you extra pointers. Okay, all together. So breakout definitely going to give you a very good momentum altogether. ब्रेकआउट बहुत अच्छा मोमेंटम देगा आपको, कभी आप अच्छे बड़े सपोर्ट और रेजिस्टेंस लेवल को मार्केट ब्रेक करता है विथ योर एनालिसिस, जहां पर आपको फंडामेंटल का भी सपोर्ट मालूम है. ओके, always take a double confirmation before taking entry, like price action, or maybe include two oscillators, or maybe the price action or candlestick basis. You can form your trading system altogether. Okay, always decide your stop loss before taking a trade. Let's say you are taking a trade for 300 points, so or maybe your SL is somewhere 100 points. So always try to take more than 100 points of target, because that will justify your risk reward. हमेशा अपने जो भी SL है उससे ज्यादा का टारगेट लीजिए, ताकि वो आपके रिस्क रिवॉर्ड को जस्टिफाई कर पाए. ठीक है, अब हम एक बार क्विकली देख लेते हैं कि ट्रेडिंग सिस्टम को कैसे देखा जाता है, और इसके बाद फिर हम चार्ट पे जाएंगे. देन विल हैव अवर डिस्कशन, बेसिक डिस्कशन ऑफ what are the parameters we need to check, what is your view for the market, and basically check the overall scenario of market structure. मार्केट स्ट्रक्चर को देखना कैसे है, और वहां पर कैसे अपने फॉर्म करना है व्यू को, इन्वेस्टिंग पे कैसे चीजें देखनी है, ये सब चीजें फिर मैं आपको बताऊंगा. So range bound trading, first is range trading, second is breakout, and third is trend following. So when the market is in the trend, okay, it will look like that. When it will multiple times it will touch the resistance, and multiple time it touches support. जब एक रेंज में मार्केट ट्रेड करता है तो कई बार वो रेजिस्टेंस को और कई बार वो सपोर्ट को टच करता है, और वहां से बार बार उसके जंप ऑफ और फॉल ऑफ देखने को मिलते हैं. जैसे आप देख रहे होंगे, सपोर्ट पे आपको जंप दिख रहा है और रेजिस्टेंस पे आपको फॉल दिख रहा है. So you can clearly see on the resistance side, it is keep on falling, in the support side it keep on going up. So that is the importance of range trading. When you are trading in this kind of a market structure, you know that then probably on the support level market will again bounce back. Okay, and at the same time, if finding it a good candlestick support, which is like here, if a hammer pattern, or in a doji and then engulfing pattern, yeah, it will appear near to support, that will basically support your view. So that's how you need to check. Okay, आपको ऐसे देखना है कि आपको सपोर्ट के आसपास कोई इंपॉर्टेंट बुलिश कैंडल मिलता है और वो आपको इंडिकेट कर रहा है कि मार्केट यहाँ से ऊपर जा सकता है, देन इस तरह से आप रेंज मार्केट को कहीं ना कहीं अप्रोच कर सकते हैं। आपका जो टाइम फ्रेम होना चाहिए, हमेशा वन डे टाइम फ्रेम में आपको एनालाइज करना है, वहां पर आपको लेवल्स को मार्क करना है, और फिर आपको छोटे पैरामीटर पे आके कहीं ना कहीं ट्रेड करना है। कमोडिटी मार्केट बहुत लंबे टाइम तक ट्रेड कर सकते हैं आप। इट इज 14 आवर्स, 14 प्लस आवर्स यू हैव टू ट्रेड विद इन कमोडिटी मार्केट। सो बेसिकली start trading with 15 minutes if you want to take an intraday entry, and analyze on 1 hour or 1 day time frame, which is going to give you bigger picture for the market. Breakout trading. So when market breaks the bigger range, or the sometimes the range bound market, it will break out and then it will either go upside or downside. It will give you significant return from that point. So you can see here, जैसा आप देख सकते हो, मार्केट ने यहाँ पर अपनी रेंज तोड़ी है। एक रेंज बाउंड मार्केट था और उसके बाद रेंज तोड़ के नीचे गया, और यहाँ से काफी सिग्निफिकेंट लेवल्स उसने अचीव किए हैं। आपको यहाँ से क्लियरली दिख रहा होगा, काफी लंबा एक मोमेंटम आया वहां से। देयर वाज अ वेरी गुड मोमेंटम आफ्टर मार्केट ब्रेक्स द रेंज। ओके, so this level basically tells us that if market is breaking the lower range, and we have very small risk appetite here, because see, आप कभी यहाँ देखेंगे तो risk is very less. The high of the candle you can take as a risk. If market even turns around, that will take a very minimum from your capital, and then you have a very good potential to cover up. Okay, यहाँ से आपको हाई पे भी लगाते हैं आप कैंडल की लो, सॉरी हाई पे उसका ऐसे लगा के उसको ट्रेड करते हैं, तो आपके पास एक बहुत अच्छा चांस है आप ट्रेल करके उस प्रॉफिट को कहीं ना कहीं बड़ा बना सकते हैं। एट द सेम टाइम जैसे यहाँ देख सकते हैं कि मार्केट यहाँ से अपनी रेंज को, अपर रेंज को तोड़ के ऊपर गया, और उसके बाद वो क्लियरली एक बहुत अच्छे मोमेंटम में को फॉर्म कर रहा है। तो मार्केट को यहाँ पर भी आप इसकी पिछली लाइन पे यहाँ पर आप लो पे उसका ऐसे लगा के उसको ट्रेड कर सकते हैं। सो ब्रेकआउट ट्रेडिंग इज always you can get good breakouts in volatile market, or market is trading in a range for quite a long, and then basically suddenly due to some pressure or increase in demand or supply, basically market goes come out of that consolidation phase and started trending again, maybe on on the upside or downside momentum. So this is how you need to trade with breakouts. Now, the trend following and very important parameter, which you'll find it out on 1 day time frame, that whenever market is in a trend it means market is keep on making either higher highs and higher lows in upward manner, and lower low and lower highs in downturn manner. Basically, it is in trend. So here we can clearly see market is keep on breaking higher highs, and keep on going upside, and lows are also going on the higher side. So this is how basically it is approaching upward momentum. So here, I think whenever market, you can take approach on buy on dips, and that's how you can basically make money. So trend following culture में जब भी मार्केट ट्रेंड फॉलोइंग में रहेगा, आपको दो टाइप के सिनारियो रहेंगे। या तो मार्केट कंटिन्यूस हायर हाई बनाएगा या कंटिन्यूस लोअर लोज बनाएगा। जब हायर हाइज एंड हायर लोज बना रहा है मार्केट, मतलब जो प्रीवियस हाई उसको ब्रेक करके कंटिन्यूस ऊपर जा रहा है, और उसके लो को कहीं ना कहीं प्रीवियस लो से ऊपर ही उसका हायर लो बन रहा है, तो ये एक अपवर्ड मैनर का या अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन का साइन है। जब मार्केट लोअर साइड पे जा रहा होता है या बेरिश ट्रेंड में होता है, तो कंटिन्यूसली लोअर हाई लोअर लोज बनाता है। ओके, तो यहाँ जैसे आप एग्जांपल से देख सकते हैं, यहाँ पर मार्केट कंटिन्यूसली अपसाइड मैनर में ऊपर जा रहा है, और ये हमको इंडिकेट हो रहा है हर हायर हाइस में। तो ये थर्ड एंड वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट है। आप यहाँ पर जब भी मार्केट कंसोलिडेशन या नीचे साइड पे आए, आप पुल बैक की एंट्री ले सकते हैं। जब भी पुल बैक आएगा आप एंट्री लेकर उसे ट्रेड कर सकते हैं। तो ये ट्रेंड काफी ट्रेंडिंग मार्केट में आपको काफी इफेक्टिव अप्रोच रहेगी। जो बेसिक स्ट्रैटेजी है साइकोलॉजिकल लेवल पे वो होनी चाहिए कि आपको अपना एक टाइम फ्रेम, इंपॉर्टेंट टाइम फ्रेम को सिलेक्ट करना होगा कि आप किस टाइम फ्रेम में ट्रेड कर रहे हैं। You need to select your time frame. This is a psychological way of selecting your strategy. First, go for selecting your time frame, and then go for entry and exit rules that maybe on the indicator basis you're going to choose, or maybe due to price action or candles, maybe your criteria. Then you can choose on the basis of that. And what is your target area? Okay, and what position or what how many lots or how many lots or quantity you're going to buy or sell altogether, and what is you going to be SL. अपना टाइम फ्रेम, आपकी एंट्री एग्जिट के रूल्स, आप किस बेसिस पे एंट्री ले रहे हैं, वो कैंडल्स हो सकते हैं, वो इंडिकेटर्स हो सकते हैं, या पूरा ट्रेंड को आपने फॉलो करके बनाया है, वो आपको फिक्स करने होंगे। और आपका प्रॉफिट का रूल भी आपको फिक्स करना पड़ेगा, कहाँ पर आपको प्रॉफिट कितने पॉइंट्स पे चाहिए। इसके साथ आप कितने लॉट्स में ट्रेड कर रहे हैं वो भी बहुत जरूरी है। और उसके साथ साथ में जो ओवरऑल रिस्क मैनेजमेंट है कि आप एसएल कहाँ लगा रहे हैं वो भी बहुत जरूरी है। तो ये एक पैरामीटर है साइकोलॉजिकल लेवल पे स्ट्रैटेजी सेलेक्ट करने का। दिस इज द पैरामीटर ऑन द साइकोलॉजिकल लेवल that how you going to enter into the trade and you going to make your trading system work. Okay, so let me just take you to on gold's chart, and we're going to analyze on 1 day time frame. That, see, this is where market was very much in trend. Okay, so I'm telling you first pandemic level, and after that yeah. Okay, so you can clearly see that market is basically clearly trending on the pandemic. This is the pandemic era when market was it fall down till 1400 level, and then suddenly started to increase and reached high of $2,120. So this is in dollars, this is not in Indian rupees. So because in international market we follow currency, sorry, on commodities on the dollar terms. So $2,120 it touched down, which is kind of the highest gold have achieved till now in 5 or 10 years time. And then you can clearly see after that market again went into consolidation. Why? Because the global scenario was getting better, and the overall the scenario for the other asset classes also started getting better. So whenever we have asset classes like equity and bond market available, so people like to go over there because that's lesser, less risky than compared to precious metal like gold and silver. So that's why we have a lesser demand also in together, and the shift of the hedge also happened on the different asset classes. And then again the war situation happened, and then war, due to the escalation of war again, and due to the inflation worry, we have a market going on an upside manner again for the gold. And that's how basically the fundamental factors affected the overall gold scenario. Okay, so now on the terms of long term analysis, I can clearly see it is still in somewhere on 1 day time frame, it is in good form of making higher highs, and again going on the higher highs level again. So compared to if we compare past 2 years of data, it is clearly on upside. From 1400 low it is clearly going upside. But yeah, this is the question was that this is dollar chart. Yes, this is gold chart in dollar terms. Okay, and if we are looking at the Indian terms, so this is the Indian term one, which is showing in Indian rupees. Okay, so the Indian rupees is the derived prices. It is taking a derived price of US market. So that's why we usually follow the US market prices in the chart. So you can clearly see here it is clearly in a long run 2 years time it is in uptrend. But if you look at the past 1 year data, it is somewhere you can clearly see. If you This is the high market made, and then again this is the lower high it is currently in previous 3 to 4 months. We clearly see that market is going in upward direction. So there are different scenario. In 2 years time it is going up, 1 year time it is maybe consolidating, and very recent time it is having a good momentum. So for intraday trading you should consider the recent move which is converting into immediate momentum. Okay. So this is how you need to basically go for your view or for your analysis. Sir, what is the advantage of trading in commodity and equity? So, Mr. Pawan, if you're trading in commodities, as I said, it will provide you better hedge in uncertain environment. And if you understand volatility, you better understand the fundamental factors. It will give you a very good return because it follows the major trend altogether. It is following, the trending system. So it will provide you good return altogether. Equities at the same time, sometime it is having limitations compared to precious metal. So diversity is always the advantage on commodities market, and it is following the global market very closely. सो आपको कभी कमोडिटीज में इक्विटी बेटर रिटर्न आप ढूंढ रहे हैं और आपके डाइवर्सिटी ढूंढ रहे हैं, तो आप कमोडिटी मार्केट में आ सकते हैं. तो जैसे आई वाज टेलिंग यू दैट समवेयर दिस इज द इम्पोर्टेंट मोमेंटम फॉर यू फॉर लास्ट 3 months, and now currently market made a high of it touched down 2077, and it is a little bit in consolidation. If any pullback happened from here, this is an important level again. Then any pullback happen, it will probably can touch down again this price levels. 70 you can target at least 100 points. If market gives in volatile condition, it will come up, then definitely it will come up to at least 240 level again. Or market if goes down, everything is basically settling down, then it will approach the recent support level, which is the low where the swing actually started of 1779. So slowly in the long run, basically you have market is actually in the middle right now. And if you are an investor who wants to hold position for long, definitely you should act on the important levels when market is crossing. मिस्टर हरिनिवास, या यू कैन आप ट्रेड कर सकते हैं ऑप्शंस में, बट ऑप्शंस इतने लिक्विड नहीं है, तो आप सिर्फ क्रूड ऑयल में ट्रेड कर सकते हैं. अभी कमोडिटीज में आपको ट्रेड करना है तो देखिए रिस्की कैपिटल बहुत ज्यादा चाहिए, तो ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. आप ऑप्शंस में ट्रेड करते हैं तो आप 15-20 हजार से स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं क्रूड ऑयल में, और मिनीज में आप ट्रेड करेंगे तो आप सिल्वर में 7,500-8 हजार से स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं. सी इट इज all about looking at the options. It is not about criticizing the asset class. We have options provided by the exchange, and we need to know how to trade. There is nothing called something is risky in the market. Everything is risky in market. You need to know how you manage your risk. So I hope Mr. हरिनिवास आपको आंसर मिला होगा. इससे आपको और कंफ्यूजन है, आप प्लीज डाल सकते हैं और अपने क्वेश्चंस मैं उसको फिर जवाब देता हूँ. So as you can see, we need a proper momentum starting from this levels, then basically it will guide us from there, and that's how we need to trade. Now when it comes to intraday trading, you need to follow 15 minutes, and you need to basically check it out the overall range for the market. So let's talk about 8th. On 8th, basically you can clearly see that market started off with the low level of just let me, yeah. So it started with, 1930, $1,930, and then started having momentum in, there was a good macro release here, and that's how market actually jumped off from there and made a good $18 of altogether good momentum on the upside. So always, if you want to take you want to analyze the market, always put moving averages intact for your analysis. For one indicator which is very relevant, 200-day moving average basically gives you better idea that where actually the overall a yearly trend is going around, whether market is above or below than that. And then always put monthly average of 20 with that. So blue line is representing 200, red line is representing 20-day. So you can clearly see the 20-day is basically has crossed 200-day and is holding it all together, and that's why market is going upside. And when the shorter term moving average is going above than the longer term moving average, it's a good bullish sign altogether for making a trading system. Somebody's asking a great session of our clear facts and voice speech. Please share some details on the lot size, capital required, and approximate assumptions. Thank you for appreciating. And yeah, so as I said, the lot size, if you are trading in gold or gold mini, see the capital required trading in gold will be 50,000 more, 50,000 plus. It is not going to be lesser. But if you start with silver, I think micro silver you can start with 7,500. It varies due to the price levels, but 7,000, 8,000 rupees you can start, and you can hold that micro lot with you. Crude oil options you can start with 15 or 20,000, depends on which strike price you go for. And if you go little out of the money, not very far out of the money, little means 2 or 3 strikes below than the ATM, then you can start with 15, 20,000. Then rest of the commodities requires larger capital size. You can't straight away start, but even in gold, basically guena and petal also available to trade under 10,000 rupees. But you should not trade intraday with that. You can always go with a swing trade with the petal and guena. So I think you can go like that. And I hope this basically caters your questions. So yeah, this is the one way of looking at the market, that it is going upside. You can always put some oscillators and indicators on your on chart. Like I always prefer MACD when it comes to commodities trading, and RSI, because it gives me the strength of the market, and moving average and MACD altogether gives me a better idea that where market is crossing and going in the momentum term. So as you can clearly see, MACD is a very good indicator of momentum. As you can see, market was trending here, so the trend was very much shown on the indicator also altogether. Here the blue line, which is signal line, MACD line, it is basically crossing the signal line. Signal line is red line. So when it is crossing and going above the blue line, it is a good bullish momentum sign. And when the blue line crossing red one, it is basically either a consolidation phase, or it is a sign that market will probably go down from there. Okay. And RSI, it is very good oscillator. It oscillates in between 0 to 100. Above 70, it is overvalued zone. Below 30 is oversold zone. If market is above 50 and trending and holding that level, it is a good sign that probably market will go on the bullish side. If market is below 50 and keep on going down, then it is a bearish sign. So as you can see, guys, here it was a good altogether good sign that market is going up and going above altogether. On RSI was bullish, MACD was bullish, and market was above than 20-day moving average as well. So when you are making a trading system and trying to get the entry in the trade, you can follow this analogy, where you can follow at least 2 or 3 confirmation, and that's how you need to trade. And for intraday trade, always remember, start with, one lot size, start with the minimum, and then when you have a proper trading system, then only go with the mega size, or maybe go for the higher lot size. Without that, it is very difficult, to manage risk. If you keep on increasing your lot size, always put your SL. Very important thing, without SL it is very difficult to manage your position, because um, let's say you are not aware of what macroeconomic data has been released right now, and if it is really bullish or bearish for the market, especially for commodities, it will come down. So that's how you need to look. Now I will take you to investing and try to see some news altogether over there. So when you go to the news, you can see the commodity segment here. You can go to commodity and you can check it out. There's lots of news related with oil, and it is settling down. It is giving you the range for the whole market. What was the overall view for the whole view? The oil was basically settled 2% down, but after, it lost on the weekly, the overall stockpile has been released, means previously it was down and then tried to recover by 2%. So just read it out, the whole thing. It will clearly tell you what was the view. And there was news related to OPEC plus, what is happening with Russian oil, and gold scenario also will be there. I'm coming on to gold one. So this, see, gold scenario is also there. So you can check it out, and this is free. You can basically check all the commodity news here. When it comes to all the economic data, you can go to economic calendar on tools. You can come here, and all the data going to release for the next week, you can check it out here. So next week, you have China's data related, Britain's data, GDP data coming, every very important factor. So 3-star is very important one. Okay, 2-star is lesser important, but 3-star is very, very important. Always check for 3-star data. Okay, average earning what index plus bonus, if it is increasing or decreasing. Business confidence index is very important. So that's how we need to basically check it out, that what macroeconomic data is basically releasing altogether. So हरी निवास जी, मैं आप सिर्फ ये बता रहा हूँ कि ये जितना भी डेटा रिलीज होगा, ये आपको चेक करना है, और यहाँ पर उसके हिसाब से आपको डिसीजन लेना है. जो भी 3-स्टार डेटा है उसको आपको पहले चेक करना है, जैसे पीपीआई है, या फिर आपको मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी रिपोर्ट है. इन सब चीजों को कोशिश करके इन पे एनालिसिस का व्यू बनाने की कोशिश कीजिए, और वहां पर रिएक्शन देखिए आप कि क्या आ रहा है. वैसे आप ट्रेडिंग करेंगे तो आपको बहुत इफेक्टिव रहेगा. दिस इज वेरी इफेक्टिव अप्रोच, व्हेन यू फॉलो द मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक डेटा. विदाउट हैविंग एनी आइडिया अबाउट इट, इट वाज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू जज द मूव. इसको जाने बिना आप कभी मूव्स को प्रिडिक्ट करने की कोशिश करेंगे, वो बहुत डिफिकल्ट है. डेटा जब आने वाला हो उसके पहले आप प्रिपेयर हो सकते हैं, फिर उसके बाद जब डेटा रिलीज हो जाए तो उसका रिएक्शन देख के फिर आप ट्रेड कर सकते हैं. Sometime it comes immediate basis, sometime it comes little later. So always have patience. हमेशा एक ट्रेडिंग जो पैरामीटर है वो आपको एक एक्सपीरियंस के बेस पे ही कहीं ना कहीं आपको प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी जनरेट करता है. व्हेन यू हैव मोर एक्सपीरियंस, बेसिकली द पैरामीटर यू आर यूजिंग गोइंग टू इम्प्रोवाइज. ओके, always remember, you're not going to make money in one day. It will always, it takes time in trading to follow the system and make money or wealth in the trading side. It is not difficult also, it is not easy. I'm not saying it is very easy or very difficult. It is just patience which pays you off. Okay, आप कभी मार्केट में पेशेंस रखेंगे तो वो डेफिनेटली आपको उसका रिजल्ट मिलेगा. ठीक है. So I hope guys you understood all these things, commodity side wise, कि आपको क्या चीजें देखनी है, क्या चीजें आपको अवॉइड करनी है. So guys, if you are interested in more about learning commodity market, we are having a boot camp coming up. You can join that boot camp for options and for commodity also. So commodity also starting on 12th on April, and duration will be 5 days for commodity, and for options we have 7 days for options trading. The Price will be same for both, 2,500 rupees. If you want, you can join, you can put your numbers if you're interested, and then that's how we can go from there. So Bharti ma'am would like to tell more about it. So I will just hand it over to Bharti ma'am. Bharti ma'am, you can continue.
Thank you so much, Shubham sir, for taking us through this webinar. As we now have fairly good idea about working and knowledge sharing, let me take you through with the course details. So we are going to start our bootcamp short-term courses from this 12th of April in all the segments, that is intraday trading, technical analysis, option trading, and commodity trading. So you can join any or all the courses as per your requirement. And the price of intraday trading is rupees 1499. Technical analysis is rupees 1999, and option and commodity course are of 2499. So we have shared all the details in the chat box also. And for further clarification, you can contact me or drop your number in the chat box. We have shared the Razorpay payment link in the chat box. Anybody can join the course by depositing their fee through this link. And any more query regarding this? We are here. Any more queries? Shubham sir, it seems there are no queries over here.
Okay, ma'am. So you can conclude, I think.
Harni ma'am, are you there? Sure, sir. So we can conclude the session. Okay. Thank you so much, all of you, for attending this session and your enthusiastic participation. And anyone have any query regarding this, so you can contact me. My number is 98218-75145. You can contact me, or you can drop your number over here. Definitely, our team will contact you shortly. Thank you so much for your attending this webinar and enthusiastic participation. Looking forward to meet you in more sessions. Once again, thank you so much, all of you. Thank you so much, Harni ma'am, and thank you so much, TradePlus.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.